is I made a video of adding all of my ingredients together, and my video did not turn out well. I had some technical difficulties with my phone, and apparently if you start filming in vertical and then you move your phone to horizontal, it does not rotate. So my film got all messed up and it was dark and you didn't see anything very well, so I can't very well do the whole thing over because the juice is already mixed and all that. So we're just gonna have to pretend. We're all in for that, right? We all have imaginations. Okay, you might notice I'm a little bit out of breath right now. It's because I just got back from a 1.5 mile jog with the Great Beast. Great Beast, hello. This is my Great Beast. Okay, all right, up. Good boy. You can stay over there. You can stay over there now. Oh, I got his attention. That's my fault. Okay, look, look. There you go. All right. So, I'm gonna do my brewing in a regular 1 gallon water jug because that is handy to me. I don't have all the fancy glass carboys and all that, and you don't really need them. Just work just fine. Pretend that I have 2 62-ounce jugs of Welch's white grape peach juice. And that's obviously a little bit over 1 gallon, so we won't be using the whole thing. That has a lot of sugar in it already. And I'm looking to make this wine semi-sweet. So not real sweet, not dry, semi-sweet. As you may know, sugar, just like spices when you're cooking, you can always add more later, but you can never remove it once you've added it. So I'm going to err on the side of caution. I'm going to use 2.5 cups of sugar. So, I have my 64 ounces of juice. Pouring it in there. I'm going to pour about half of it, so 32 ounces. I'm going to add my sugar. Alright. I've got a little expandable funnel that I use so I don't spill everything everywhere. Just pretend that's in there too. Got 1 cup of sugar. 2 cups of sugar. 2.5 cups of sugar. Alright. Put my cap bag on. And I shake it. Alright. Now, I'm going to add the rest of my 64 ounce. Okay, shake it again. And that fills it up to right about here. The sugar, you can add a lot of sugar, or you can add a little bit of sugar. You can even add no sugar if you want, but your juice is going to be really dry. If all of your sugar doesn't dissolve into your juice, it's okay. If some of it is still on the bottom, the yeast will still find it, but you want to make as best as you can. Make sure it's dissolved in. I'm going to add some more juice. I'm going to shake it again. Oh no! Alright, I'm going to have to continue this later. I'll be back in a little while. And we're back! Alright, so stay over there. This is what I deal with. Okay, so we've added our imaginary juice and our sugar. Shake it all up. And now for the secret ingredient. sugar. You can add your bruisey bag. Did I explain about headroom? I don't think I did. So backing up a step, when you're adding your juice, you want to make sure that you have enough space left at the top of your container, because your juice is going to bubble and froth, and you're going to have a mess if you don't have enough room at the top for that. So make sure you leave enough room. In a gallon, it's about 2 3/4 cup of juice that you're gonna pour out or not use. I eyeballed it because I had more than a gallon of juice, 264 ounces. So what I did is I added too much juice and not enough headroom, I think, or at least that's what I was worried about. We'll get into that in the next segment, which is a series of little updates as we go along. First of which I've already recorded because I recorded it before I realized I had to redo this one. Anyway, got your headroom. You're going to add your secret ingredient. And it's most likely going to start bubbling up right away. Not like volcano overflowing, but you're going to notice it. But you're going to put your cap back on, and you're going to shake it again. Okay? And you're going to slowly pull your cap off. Slowly, because it's already building CO2 in there. And then you are going to stuck in there. You're going to take your airlock. We're going to stick it in there. You're going to have this on a stable platform, your counter or something like that. You're going to stick your in there. A little bit, make sure it's not going to fall out. And then you're going to pop this cap off. And you see this part? That moves in there. So you're going to fill it up to fill line with water or vodka. If you want to try to absorb some of the yeasty smells, use vodka. Or at least that's what I'm told. Then this jiggly part is going to kind of float in there, and as the CO2 rises from the yeast metabolizing the sugars, it's going to come up this tube. It's going to come up in here, and you're going to see it bubble. Now, you won't always see a lot of activity in your airlock. That's okay, as long as you see activity in your juice. In your juice, you're going to see a bunch of tiny bubbles. You're going to see a little bit of foam at the top, or a lot of foam, depending on your juice. And as long as you see that it's still going, then you're good to go. And the airlock also keeps out any kind of creepy crawlies like fruit flies and sugar ants and things like that. Alright, and then you put your concoction somewhere dark and warm, like a closet or a cabinet. Sorry, I'm just arranging my box here because it got messed up a little bit. Alright. So somewhere dark and warm. A lot of people will use heating blankets, heating mats, pack towels around it. Some people put a sweatshirt over top of their jugs. Just try and keep that heat in. Should be between in the 80s. You can have it mid 70s too. You don't want it any higher than 90 for optimal juicing. That's about it. And then you leave it real good at, say, 3 days. You might want to leave it a little longer so the yeast can metabolize more of that sugar. Or you can also give it a little taste